There are two characters in pop culture. One is meant to bring children joy, the other to feast on children's fears. They are Mary Poppins and It, or Pennywise the Clown. After reading and watching, I wonder if perhaps they are one and the same. Clue number one to this is the immortality and the gaps in appearances. Pennywise is an eternal cosmic entity that appears roughly every 27 years to feed on children.
I realized this stuff seems to happen every 27 years.
I am eternal, child.
In Mary Poppins Returns, we see the children she nannied are now adults with kids of their own. Yet the eternal Mary Poppins has not aged at all.
It really is you. You seem hardly to have aged at all.
Really? How incredibly rude. One never discusses a woman's age, Michael.
And since Michael Banks appears to be a man in his mid to late 30s, it could easily be about 27 years since the last appearance of Mary Poppins, just like the 27-year gaps of Pennywise. In addition, the original Mary Poppins movie was released in 1964. A Russian TV version was made in 1983. Then Disney made the sequel, Mary Poppins Returns, in 2018. That's 54 years between the first Mary Poppins and the third, with a lesser-known second one in between. This is an average of 27 years between appearances. In addition, it was 27 years between the 1990 made-for-TV version of It and the 2017 theatrical release. Clue number two are their movements and their looks. It may sound crazy to say that either version of Mary Poppins looks like either version of Pennywise. However, we do know that Pennywise is a shapeshifter that can alter its body and clothes. We find that Mary Poppins and Pennywise are often found with gloves, pantaloons, and frilled collars. This may not sway you, but when you look at their body language and movements, it becomes more clear that they are the same entity. The next clue would be their supernatural powers. Both characters share two key abilities. One, mental manipulation. Adults seem to not believe or they forget all the impossible things that were done by the characters.
Those things when we were young, they didn't really
Happen?
No.
No.
Of course not.
Ridiculous.
Because I forgot. Because I forgot. Almost as if it never happened.
Of course, the grown-ups will all forget by tomorrow.
They always do.
How much do you remember? Very little. Almost nothing.
Their second ability is that they can warp reality or make others believe they are seeing things that are not there. Whether it is a photograph coming to life or jumping into a painting, they blur the lines between what is real and what isn't. The last clue, modus operandi. Perhaps the biggest difference between the characters seems to be that Mary Poppins is helping children, while Pennywise is terrifying and killing them. But maybe Mary Poppins lures them with kindness versus evil, a different type of snack for the cosmic entity. Even with that considered, we see that it does have a pattern. Example 1, Georgie's. Twice now, this creature has arrived during a storm, saving the nearly lost item of a young boy named Georgie.
You need to be more careful when the wind rises, George. You nearly lost your kite.
And you two nearly lost your Georgie.
You are Georgie. So now we know each other. T-Rex?
I guess so. I gotta go.
Go without this?
My goat!
Exactly.
That seems too specific to be a coincidence. Example 2, the circus. Both characters use the playful wonder of the circus in their reality-warping worlds. Pennywise specifically says,
"Storm blew me away. Blew the whole circus away." Can you smell the circus, Georgie? There's peanuts.
And there's cotton candy and rides and all sorts of surprises down here. And balloons, too. all colors.
And what do we see Mary Poppins create in her reality? Exactly that. In addition is their obsession with balloons and floating.
You want a balloon, Ben? They float.
Do they float?
Oh, yes. They float, Georgie. They float. And when you're down here with me, you float too!
We see Mary Poppins brings the "you'll float too" to fruition. In conclusion, their supernatural powers are the same. They're both unaffected by aging. They both appear about 27 years apart. They both seek out children, and they both want you to float.